The current segmentation models are not robust to the distribution shifts. The setting of domain generalized segmentation is to train a model on a source domain and generalize it to a different target domain. We study the domain of generalized segmentation from the perspective of segmentation formulation. Semantic segmentation can be considered as partitioning an image into units, then classifying the units. Intuitively, classification on large units, masks, should be more robust than classification on small units, pixels. However, the process of grouping pixels into whole-level masks directly from pixels is very challenging under distribution shifts. Therefore, we build a hierarchical grouping pipeline, which first groups the pixels into part-level masks, then groups the part-level masks into whole-level masks. We make classifications on both part-level masks and whole-level masks. Then we combine the two kinds of semantic segmentation results and get the final semantic segmentation results. Now, we are going to introduce the details. The task of domain generalization in segmentation is to train a segmentation model on a source domain and generalize it to a different target domain without fine-tuning. Different from domain adaptation, the target domain is unknown during training, which makes this task very challenging. This slide shows two examples of generalization. The first is Cityscapes to Cityscape C generalization. The Cityscape C contains images with synthetic corruptions. The second is Cityscapes to AC/DC generalization. The AC/DC contains images of real-world adverse conditions. The previous works use domain randomization, normalization, and transformer to improve the robustness of segmentation models. The vision transformer has been shown to be more robust than traditional CNNs, and attention in transformers can be explained as a kind of visual grouping. Can we explicitly introduce the grouping process into the segmentation decoder to improve the robustness? If we already have grouped the pixels into masks correctly, we can make reliable classification, since the masks allow to aggregate features over large image regions. However, the process to group pixels directly into class-agnostic, whole-level masks is not robust under distribution shifts. To address the mentioned issue, we propose to use a hierarchical grouping pipeline. We first group pixels into part-level masks. It is much easier than grouping pixels directly into whole-level masks, since the pixels inside a local region are more coherent. Then we group the part-level masks into whole-level masks. We make classifications on both part-level and whole-level masks. Finally, we combine the semantic segmentation results of two levels as final predictions. Here is our pipeline. We send two feature maps K and V to the part-level grouping module. K represents the shallow feature map, and V represents the deep feature map. From the part-level grouping module, we can get part-level masks and their classification predictions. From part-level masks and classifications, we can get the final semantic segmentation results. Then, we further group the part-level masks into the whole-level masks and classify the whole-level masks. Similarly, we can also get the semantic segmentation results from the whole-level masks and their classifications. This slide shows the details of the part-level grouping, which is actually a kind of local k-means algorithm. It gets some inspiration from Slick, but it can be trained end-to-end. First, the cluster centers are initialized by regular grid cells. Then we assign the pixels to cluster centers. To save the computation cost, we only assign the pixels to its 9 nearby cells instead of all the cells. For example, in the right picture, we only assign the red pixel to one of its 9 nearby cells. The algorithm can be seen on the left. We take the feature maps K and V as input. We initialize the cluster center features Q by downsampling K, then go into the for loop. We compute the assignment matrix AT by Q, T and K, then we update the cluster center features, and also the part-level tokens. The process is repeated L times. This slide shows the experiments in 3 settings. The first is the Cityscapes to AC/DC generalization setting. The second is the Cityscapes to other generalization, including BDD, Mapillary, GTAV, and Cynthia. The third is the Cityscapes to Cityscape C generalization. We compare with previous domain generalization for semantic segmentation methods, and 2 representative transformer-based methods, SegFormer and Mask2Former, which are based on pixel classification and whole-level mask classification. This slide shows the ablation studies. In the above table, we study the number of iterations in part-level classification. With the increasing of iterations, the performance first increases and then decreases. The reason is that the output of the final iteration in the part-level grouping is sent to the whole-level grouping. So it is also influenced by the gradients from the whole-level grouping, and there is a conflict in the optimization. In the below table, we present the performance of pixel-level classification, whole-level classification, and part-level classification. We can see that the part-level classification is more robust than the pixel-level and whole-level classification. And the ensemble of part-level and whole-level classification can further improve the robustness. In the slide, we visualize the results on Cityscape C. We compare our proposed HGFormer with Mask2Former. We can see that our method is more robust under the Cityscape C dataset. This slide visualizes the part-level masks and whole-level masks on different levels of Gaussian noise. The quality of the whole-level mask drops dramatically as the noise level increases. In contrast, the quality of the part-level mask is less affected. In this slide, we visualize the part-level masks with different kinds of model weights, including randomly initialized weights, ImageNet pre-trained weights, and segmentation model weights. We can see that even using the randomly initialized weights, we can still generate some reasonable part-level masks, superpixels. The results also indicate our model has the potential for unsupervised segmentation. In conclusion, first, the mask classification is robust, but the process to group pixels into whole-level masks is not robust. Second, hierarchical grouping can be used to improve the robustness of segmentation models. The grouping-based segmentation also has the potential for unsupervised segmentation. Third, the grouping-based segmentation also has the potential for unsupervised segmentation. Thank you for watching this video.